Today I'm looking at Sony's new invention, the Xperia Z4 10.1-inch tablet. And that's right, I said it, Z. That's how we say it around here. Makes for a less complicated conversation if you're speaking to a German. So it's safe to say that Sony have come a long way from making pocket-sized TVs and putting transistor radios on keyrings. But even back then, Sony had a fascination for making things just to prove that they could. And they have successfully done it again. And there's no need for me to try and make you believe when I can just tell you. This Xperia Z4 tablet is currently the world's lightest tablet known to man. And it's waterproof. So as well as improving the weight by using lighter materials, they've also made some significant upgrades. So let's say you dive into a pool whilst writing an email on this tablet and you're like, oh no, my tablet. I completely forgot to fasten the little flappy covers for the headphone jack, the charging port and the SD card slot. Well, now that problem is a thing of the past. So now you don't have a worry in the world. You don't even have to give a damn about jumping off a dam with your tablet into water. And there's sure this guy who's searching for the one-armed man with a mustache who killed his wife. So as well as Sony making sure that this has the highest waterproof rating, this is also dustproof, just in case you're like Tony Montana, or you're going to one of those crazy paint throwing festivals. So let's talk about the specs real quick. The display is 10.1 inches and currently has Sony's brightest tablet screen known to man, with a resolution of 2560 by 1600 pixels, which is 2K, which is much better than OK by today's standards. And it is as light as a feather at just 389 grams, with the 4G LTE version ever so slightly heavier. So if you're looking to travel light but you've got a heavy workload on, the Z4 won't slow you down, especially if you splash out on a specially designed attachable keyboard. The Z4 has a 6000 mAh battery, which gives you 17 hours video playback, perfect for when you're flying and you want to binge watch an entire season of Game of Thrones. So on the back it will have an 8.1 megapixel camera, and on the front it will have an impressive 5.1 megapixel camera. And did I hear somebody say,
let me take a selfie?
Well, the Z4 can go one better. How about an underwater selfie? And yes, this will have the usual connectivity like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 4.0, GPS and NFC. How could we expect anything less? And the processor inside will be a powerful 2 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon 810, which will be 64-bit octa-core Adreno 430, and being an octa-core,
cut off one head, 2 more shall take its place. Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra. And out of the box it will be running, that's right, you guessed it, Android Lollipop. So currently this will only come in a 32GB version, but if you find yourself asking for, you'll be happy to know it can take up to 128GB micro SD card. So last couple of things I'd like to mention. This will support noise cancellation if you'd like to shut out the world like I often do on the London Underground. But currently, unfortunately, it cannot block out the smell of rush hour sweaty armpits in your face. And if we're lucky, maybe, just maybe, Sony will throw in a set of noise cancellation headphones. But if you hear anything about that, let me know. So also I should mention the PlayStation 4 Remote Play streaming feature for when you demand great gaming. But this will be quite demanding on your modem. So if you demand a great gaming experience, better get a good one and a very high speed internet connection. So let's play a little game. Here are the last 3 versions of the Xperia Z 10.1-inch tablet. Now what I want you to do is pick your favorite design. I had a feeling you picked that one, and you'll be happy to know that the Z4 looks exactly the same. Now let's pick your worst design. I had a feeling you'd pick that one, and unfortunately the Z4 tablet looks exactly the same. But far be it for you or I to tell Sony what to do with their designs. And even if we convinced them it was a bad one, a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. So it's kind of pointless. A wise man once said, there are 3 types of creativity. Creativity in technology, creativity in product planning, and creativity in marketing. And to have just one of those without the others is a self-defeating business. And I think they should really look into that.
You certainly know where to go to test your product, Miss Marita.
That's a nice place to take
I thought you were to take pictures of Japanese yen or the industrial might of your country or something. The Japanese have certainly figured out the Americans, I'll say that for them.
But anyway, let's carry on. So, if you're after a lightweight, high-speed, blindingly bright 10.1-inch tablet, which is waterproof and dustproof with a great battery life and noise cancellation, and a design that hasn't aged a day, then get yourself an Xperia Z4 tablet and that won't be a problem. But I got just one question. What happened to the Z4 Compact? Let's ask Batman.
Batman speaking.
Hey Batman, Troy from WhatGear. Been a while. How comes you never call me back? But I've just got one question for you. Sony just announced the Z4 10.1 inch, but what happened to the 8 inch and the Z4 smartphone?
The Riddler.
What the heck's he trying to tell us?
I don't know. Let's go up and ask him.
So thanks again for watching WhatGear Reviews. If you enjoyed this review, hit the subscribe button now and you will be one of the finest subscribers known to man. And if you would like to be ever living on the WhatGear Wolfpack Wall of Fame, then watch this video and that'll explain everything. So thanks again and I'll see you in the next one. Don't be late.
Do you know me? This may seem puzzling, but you know me by sight and by sound.